welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited today to share an updated look around the exterior of our farmhouse. As many of you know, for the past couple of months, we have been working on a pretty major exterior renovation. So I'm so excited to share where we are as of today. Our contractor actually just wrapped things up and left a couple of days ago, and now it's up to us to do the finished work on the porch and of course landscaping, things like that. But I just wanted to give you guys an update. I know I shared a before tour, so this is kind of like our midway tour, I guess you could say. So I can't wait to share it with you guys, and I hope you enjoy the video. I love this time of year. It's so much fun to step outside and see all of the greenery, all of the flowers blooming, birds singing. It is just such a fun time, and our animals are really loving it too. They just seem so much happier when the weather is nice, the sun is out. So we've really been enjoying this time, especially since our home renovation is coming to a close. We still have a lot of work to do, but our contractors have wrapped up with what they're going to do, and now it's up to us to kind of finish up some things, do some landscaping, and I'm really excited about it. Rosie is doing really well. She's growing like crazy. She is loving to go outside and graze. We've just about got her weaned from the bottle, so she's definitely growing up on us. The chickens are also doing really well. They're also growing, and they love running around on the farm. It's amazing the amount of work that goes into, installing windows, doing the trim, but also just the finishing details. Our contractor spent so much time just, going over everything, caulking everything, making sure everything was just seamless, and they did such a fantastic job. We just couldn't be happier. But during this phase here, this was kind of like the midway point. They hadn't started doing any of the new trim work yet, but we had windows in, and it already made such a big difference. Later in the video, you will see the final product with the windows, but the lower sashes also have that single grid line running down the bottom. These windows do not, but we do end up switching those out, so you can, you'll be able to see the difference in the consistency and just the balance of the look. I like it so much better. But right now I'm just sharing some clips of the windows just being installed. No trim work or anything yet. This porch is definitely a project on my to-do list. We've got to replace that fan, and then I want to do something fun with the furniture arrangement. I'm even thinking about maybe hanging up some curtains out here. I think that would really cozy things up. So stay tuned for a fun video on this project. We also have to finish landscaping this area, freshen up the space with some mulch, and lay some new pavers along the top of the brick there. One of the biggest changes, in addition to, of course, the front porch that we're adding, is switching out the picture windows for the 3 single windows instead. I just really like the look so much better. I feel like it modernized our home, but it still has that classic farmhouse feel. It just doesn't feel as dated, if that makes any sense at all. It just feels more classic and authentic, I suppose, but I really am happy with that choice. I'm usually pretty good at visualizing what something can be and kind of having it all designed in my head before a project even starts, but I was really stumped on the corner here of this porch addition. I just couldn't figure out how it was all going to blend together and feel like it's always been there. But my husband had a really good idea as far as how to bridge that gap between the new porch addition and the existing part of the house. And here in just a little bit, you'll be able to see what we did to make that blend in. But at this point, I was a little concerned. I just have to be honest, but I am thankful that it did come together. So I wanted to share the inside of our house during like a typical work day, because I think it was just surprising to me, and I don't know why I didn't think of this because it's pretty obvious, but it definitely has an impact on the inside of your house, even when you're just doing an exterior renovation, because you're switching out windows. It opens up your home to the elements. Things get dirty. There's sawdust everywhere. It's just a mess, but it's most definitely part of the process and absolutely worth it in the end. But our contractors were so good about cleaning up after themselves every day, sweeping up and vacuuming up and all of that. So I was really thankful, but definitely looking forward to restoring some order in our home and getting back to some kind of normal routine. Now the big picture window in the living room is done, and doesn't it make the biggest difference to have those 3 windows there instead of the picture windows? I just can't believe the difference. It modernized this old farmhouse of ours, but definitely in a good way. When the day came to install our new doors, it was a very, very happy day. I was so excited to see this transformation. We chose solid mahogany doors. They're really nice quality, and we do have to stain them, of course, but we haven't quite figured out what we want to do there. They are unfinished, but they're really pretty just as they are, and I don't want to get away from that pretty mahogany look too much, but I am hoping to match them up to the existing woodwork in our house.
Count on my company and I will come. Save me when I am falling. Save me when I am falling. Save my love when I fall. Baby, I'm stuck with a halfway heart. Slip away if I come too far.
We are so thankful that we were able to go ahead and add the front porch this time around. This house just needed a front porch. It was definitely kind of awkward before. It just had like this little concrete slab for a front porch, and so this is so much better. We're so thankful. We'll definitely be doing the finished work ourselves, as far as, wrapping the posts and adding in the ceiling, and then, it'll probably be towards the end of the year, maybe next spring, before we can start staining the deck boards. But we're just so excited to enjoy it just as it is right now. Now the front porch looks like it's always been here. I love how we were able to connect the new with the old. It just looks seamless to me. And like I said, I was a little concerned about that area, but I really love how it turned out. My husband had a really good vision for that, and our contractor was able to make that happen for us. I have so many ideas floating around in my head for what I want to do for landscaping. I'm so excited to get started on that too. I have so many things I want to do, but I know I have to kind of just choose something and start and do a little bit at a time. That's been the whole story behind this home makeover from the very beginning. It's just a little bit at a time. We will get there, but learning to enjoy the here and now. So we'll definitely be enjoying this porch before it's actually finished. We still haven't decided completely what we want to do for the underpinning part of the porch. Right now we're thinking about just going with brick, because we feel like that would help it feel connected to the house more and just give it more of a built-in look. The back of our house is done. Here is the finished look. We have the new light in, the new door, which of course still needs to be stained, all of the trim and finish work, new guttering, and it's amazing how just those small little details really help to polish the look and finish things off. The planters were originally built to go on our front porch, but because the porch wasn't ready yet, I just kind of set them around back here at this door, and I actually really love the way they look. I'd like to stain the door something similar to the stain that's used on these planters, and so I'm really thinking about leaving them here. I'll just have to get some more made for the front. Before I go, I want to show you inside a little bit. I want to share the view from inside looking out because it's just as much of an impact as from the outside looking in with these new windows and the doors. It's made a huge difference. I spent quite a while painting, lots of trim work, but again, well worth it to get the final result. I definitely think adding new windows to your home is probably one of the most important improvements or investments you can make because it's just amazing the difference. Our windows were from the 60s. They were way beyond need of replacing, and the thing I'm most excited about, honestly, is cleaning them. I know that sounds crazy, but if you've ever cleaned 60-plus-year-old windows, then you know what I'm talking about. But these are amazing. I can clean them from the inside. You open them, they flip down. It's so simple, and I just couldn't feel more grateful. If this is your first time here, I just want to say welcome and thank you for watching today's video. I would love for you to stick around and hit that subscribe button. That way you don't miss out on future videos. I make videos on homemaking, home decor, simple living, and of course, documenting our home renovation journey. That's going to do it for today's video. As always, thank you all so much for being here. I am so extremely grateful. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Bye.